I have a question. Hi, Samuel. A few years ago, a gap in experience was seen. I chased after this for a few years with self-inquiry, contemplation, and other practices. Now the me is deflated and tired. How can any practice result in seeing of no experience, no subject object, and no apparent me here or there or anywhere? If there is any practice that is offered or suggested by any teaching or teacher for the revelation of the non-dual reality of being, then it is used like self-inquiry, asking oneself who one is, as a vehicle for the revelation of what is already experienced, what is already the case for ourself. Ourself is already itself, and its non-dual reality is already present. So any practice that is offered would be an undermining of the belief that ourself could be other than what we essentially are, other than the non-dual reality of being. And if we are believing ourself to be bound by duality, that is, a subject interacting with an object that is separate and distant from ourself, then self-inquiry or any kind of practice that directs attention to that which is beyond attention, beyond the mind, is useful. And once we have used the vehicle to get to our destination, once we have established the truth of our being as it is, we can get out of the vehicle and we can just arrive where we are in this non-dual presence of being. So simply investigate the belief in oneself as separate and limited. That's all that's required here to reveal what is true. The truth of reality is already such. It does not need to be made to be such. So no effort is required to make reality be itself and to make our reality be itself. There is only one reality, and it is already present effortlessly. If there is any effort required, it is to question the belief that we are separate and limited entities. The belief in being a separate, limited entity is already a kind of effort that is exerted through the mind. So, to relax that effort, we seem to employ what is considered to be or felt to be an effort to question that belief, but what is later understood to be the relaxation of the effort to believe in separation. For the moment that we question the belief in being separate, we are no longer believing we are separate. To question a belief is to doubt the belief and is already the dismantling of the belief. It's already the openness to what is beyond the belief, what can be experientially verified beyond belief. And since we're interested here in the nature of ourself, this aware reality, then the question, what is aware of the mind? Who am I really? Directs attention away from any belief in ourself to the reality of the experience of ourself as the awareness that is aware of any belief, any mind activity, the awareness that is independent of the mind. And it is as that awareness that we simply rest as ourself and silently, ineffably contemplate the nature of this awareness and allow the effortlessness of that to simply be. And notice that any belief or concept about our self awareness appears after the already present truth of ourself, that we are inconceivable, unconceived, just present and aware, not knowing anything conceptual or belief-based about ourself. Awareness is not believing in its own intrinsic essence anything about itself. It is just present and aware. And its essential presence and awareness is already self-evident to what it is. We do not need to add any layers of thinking or believing to know what awareness is. So any belief, like the belief in being separate, the belief in being limited, is an add-on. It is not essential. Prior to the belief in being separate or limited, there is no belief in being separate or limited, nor any concept of being separate or limited. There is only the raw, naked immediacy of awareness aware of itself without any superimposition of conceptualization of being separate or limited. So once this has been understood that the mind is secondary, awareness is primary, and awareness is our essential reality and self, then we just look to or rest in and as awareness to know our nature. And that is not a practice that elapses in time, that has a beginning and an end. Awareness does not start and stop. Awareness is the ever-present reality of being. So we reveal through self-inquiry the self that we always are. And just enjoy that presence.